Is it sometimes hard to be heard? The same goes for classical web apps, like Django. Classical web apps can only answer when asked an HTTP request. And the request always comes from a browser. How can we empower the app and also take action and influence our reality? One way to do this is to give it a voice, to give it the ability to send emails. This shows the entire process flow of email harvesting using a lead magnet. This video focuses on this one step, sending an email, and by that verifying that the email is a valid email. As an example, in this video, I will use my own Gmail for this application. But for a real application, you should get a dedicated email for security reasons. First, we need to set up some configurations in the Django app. We configure the email sending in the settings.py of the Django app. First, we choose the email backend. During development, I've chosen to only print out the emails on the console, and when everything is working as it should, we can switch this to the SMTP backend. And by that, we will start sending out emails into the email system. Then we set the host, which for me is Gmail SMTP. We will use TLS and the port 587. And finally, we finish up with user and password for this email service. And that is actually all configuration that is needed to be able to send an email. The code changes needed is extensions in view.py. We are extending the form handler of the process new prospect function to also send these emails, as was discussed in the last video. First, we need some imports. We start off with email multi-alternatives, which is a class to create our multi-class emails. The template renderer is used to write our emails based on templates, one for text and one for HTML. QR code options carries details about the input parameters to the function call that creates the QR code images. Make QR code image is the actual creator of the image. Then we jump into the function process new prospect. The first part is unchanged since before. That part handling the creation of the personal time-limited links. The second part, that starts off by creating everything that we need to send the emails. We start off with the toMail, which is read from the data model. fname is the first part of the name that was written in. We use the first name to get a personal touch of our emails. Flink is the full URL of the time-limited and personal URL. And then we have the body renderings of the two types of emails, the text and the HTML. fname and flink are used as input in these renderings. The first template is called email.text, and it looks like this. It carries just two variables, first name and PDF link. Let's also take a quick look into the HTML template. It is just a bit longer, with a head section and a body section. The first name variable is inserted in exactly the same way. The PDF link is here inserted into an href tag. This creates a link on the page. Finally, we have an image tag. The image file is called qrc.png and must be included as an attachment in the email. If it fails to load, the alternative text will say, "This is a QR code." This was the templates of the email bodies. Let's jump back to the code in view.py. Here we set up input parameters to the image creation of the QR code. The most important parameter change, except default values, is the image format, which we use PNG. Then we create the image itself and put it in the variable img. Finally, it is time to create the final email. The first call and the first part sets up the text email together with all the basic email information such as sender, receiver, subject and all that. Then we attach the image attachment of the QR code image. We're using the right file name and the MIME type text/png. Finally, we attach the alternative HTML body to the email. Now all is done and we can try to send it. If you like this series, do like and subscribe. It really helps me with the channel. Thank you. So let's try this out. Entering the email to this YouTube channel, my name, and press send. This gives this printout on the console. First part of the multi-part email is the generics. The subject, the from, the to, the reply to, and so on. Secondly, we have the text email. Thirdly, we have the HTML email. And finally, we have the QR code image as an attachment. Now, what does it look like when we open up this email into an email client? I open up this email in Thunderbird. First, let's view it as text. We have my name, hello self, then the full URL of the clickable link, and then the QR code as an attachment separate. Secondly, we can look at this as HTML. Here we can see the result of the href tag. The URL is hidden behind the text, get your PDF here. Finally, we get the alternative text of the image, as Thunderbird currently cannot show attached images as other email clients can. And with that, we have implemented the entire workflow of the lead magnet function. Now that we have all functionality, can we start selling this as a service? What price can we sell it for? Will it be profitable? In the next video, I will look into the economy of running this service as a SaaS business. Click the suggested link, and I will see you in that one.